Hey everybody, welcome in. We're going to do a basic tutorial here for Davinci Resolve. This is going to be fast, this is going to be dirty. This is just the pure basics. Right here is the project manager, and right here you're going to click on this. This is going to give you a new project, and you're going to start out on the cutting tab down here, and you're going to right click in this box here and import media. Now navigate to where we have your videos at. We're going to bring in a Elden Ring video where I know we have a boss fight, and we're going to use that as our thing. It's going to ask you if it wants to match the settings to the video's FPS. Just go ahead and say yes. You can drag the whole thing down onto the timeline, and that's perfectly fine, but the playback's going to be a little rough loading in the whole video. If you're not going to use it all, I'm going to show you a quick way to solve that issue. If you double click on the video, it's going to bring it to this. Furthermore, up here at playback, you can go ahead and change the resolution to half or quarter resolution, and that'll once more make it faster for you to view. You can also pre-render the video, but it's going to be a long process if you don't have a really good GPU. So as you can see here, we're just scrubbing through the video, trying to find where the boss fight starts. So it's about right there. So let's move back a little bit, right there. Okay, and then we're going to come to the end and pull this in. What this is going to do is when we are done with this part and we drag this down to the timeline now, only the highlighted section is actually brought to our timeline, which means that our GPU has less to process for the playback, and this is all we're going to focus on, is that little piece of the video. So as you can see, we went all the way down to like 4 or 5 minutes of time versus 2 hours. way easier. So yeah, now as you're watching and going through all of this, it's going to work out just fine. As you can see, it's playing a lot easier. You can use the directional buttons, so left and right, to scrub through the stuff one frame at a time. If you press I, it's going to put that as the input for the video, and if you press O, it's going to say this is the out of the video. So that's going to be the section of the video rendered. As you see there, we pressed I, we started the video section, and there we go. Let's go ahead and switch over to the editing tab. The editing tab is where you're going to actually do your editing at. As you see right here, we pressed I right here. So that's where the video is going to come in at. So we can go ahead and delete the old track down there that we're not going to use. And we can come through here and look for where we want the video to be cut. That's a boss item. We just finished a boss, so we're going to go up here, grab the razor blade, and we're going to go ahead and cut it. Now as you have the razor blade and you go through the video, you can actually see it up at the top there, and we actually missed the mark on this, so let's go ahead and go down some more. Okay, now we can grab it again, and now we're looking for that point in the video that we want to cut, and right there. Now if you select this and press delete or ripple delete, you could run into some issues if you have other video or other audio on there. The ripple delete is going to ripple the entire timeline, which could mess up other files. So I highly encourage you to just use cut for now, until later when you get some more experience under your belt. What you can also do is right here, after we cut this out, as you can see, there's a gap here and there's some other little things going on. Up here somewheres, hold on, where did it go? There is a option to delete all empty space right here. And as you see, it cleared all of that up, and now we can move this timeline if we wanted to. Or we can select this and bring it to the front. Now be careful when you're dragging files like this. There is hotkeys later that you can use, but for right now, if you drag a file over another file, it's going to take over that section of the video, and you don't always want that. So be careful when you're moving files around. Let's say right there, we're going to end it Yeah, right there. That looks good. Over on the left-hand side, we have the transitions. So we have video transitions and audio. Almost all of these are for free. There are some in here that are for a studio version of Davinci Resolve, which is expensive. So if this happens, just hit undo and take that item off. But usually it'll tell you before you even put it onto the timeline. So now we have the transitions. There's also titles over there and special effects, which we'll go over in a different video. Right now I just want to show you guys like the very bare bones basic stuff. For the coloring, again, we're not going to get too deep into this. You can easily go to the color on the very top tab on the ribbon at the very top, select color and auto color, and that'll solve almost all of your issues. But here we're in a dark room. I want to bring up some of the light, get rid of some of the shadows, and you can easily play around with this and just find what you wanted to have. And okay, we didn't use too much. We didn't bring out too much detail by bringing in the extra light. We just put just enough that it looks good. And like I said, in future videos, we will cover in more detail all the other stuff. Inside of Fairlight, which is the audio center, this is where you can go ahead and edit your equalizer. You can add in special effects, or like the audio on this video is really low. So if we come in here, right over here, we can go ahead and boost the volume of the video. And yeah, that sounds a lot better. A lot better. If this is a voice or anything like that, or dialogue, if you come in right over here, you can add in voice or dialogue, and then down here you can add in the de-esser, the dehummer, and the background cancellation. I wouldn't get too deep into this stuff right now, but just play with it. Trust me guys, it's not as intimidating as it looks. Here is the export. You have a lot of options for exporting files, so I usually just leave it stock, whatever it says when I get there. If you do subtitles, which we'll do it later in another video, you want to make sure that this is on here as either burned in, separate file, or embedded. So here we are. We're going to select the destination file. I encourage you to have a file named finished videos and have them separated out. So here's a test video, and then we can render it. And there you go. That's all it takes, guys. It's not hard at all. And we're going to have future videos showing all the stuff you can do with Davinci Resolve that I've found out so far. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and have a good day. Later.